Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Plat, Purplatypus is the name, and ignore this lame screen. We're not going here. We are going to do a unit review for Orochi, and I am going to keep calling him Orochi, as that's what it looks like. Someone, I think, said it was pronounced differently, but someone else told me it was pronounced Orochi, so I don't know. Feel free to leave comments to boost the algorithm for me. Anyway, why am I reviewing this? I don't have this unit. No one has this unit, right? At least in global. Because basically, I'm going to try to help you guys figure out if this is something you want to grind for or not. So I figured it's a good time as any. And we can look at him max stats. So I think it's relevant. I don't think it includes family bonuses. Obviously, it's not equipment because we don't have any equipment because we don't have this unit. Anyway, so really important to notice, when you go here and obtained, you see max. This does include max awakening as well, because you can come here to resistance and you can see it goes from half resistance to heavy resistance. You can also just take a look here when you go to max, it will have stats up ×5. All right, so Orochi. So there's not gonna be gameplay. This is gonna be a shorter review overall. First, I guess, how do you obtain them? You go to this event that is called, I think it's called the BS event of fuck you. No, not quite. So you have to do the Orochi trial. I don't know exactly how many. I wish it just told you how many you're getting each one. Because I've only cleared one each time. Maybe it does. Okay, it doesn't tell you exactly how many. You get more than one. You're gonna get a decent amount at 7, I think, like a couple hundred at 7. But you need 10,000. So this unit, you're not getting them overnight. If basically 7 is for whales. Anything above 7, like 8, 9, and 10, that is currently for super whales. It may become more viable later. I'm sure it does for a lot of players. This will all become trivial eventually, you know, power creep and whatnot, and getting free units from banners and all this kind of shit, you know, new weapons. Point is, shit will become more easy, you know, doable. I think 6 is probably where, if you want to farm this unit because you really want Orochi at the end of this video, this is probably where you're going to want to farm. You're probably going to, if you can, focus on trying to clear with only an organic family. That's probably not going to happen. It's pretty hard. So you might want to farm 6, or maybe you can clear it with 5, dealing 1400 damage with only, like, the thing is, you don't have to do this all in one attempt, right? Like, if you want to farm 6, you know, try to clear it once within 3 turns. I don't know if you could do that. I didn't even do it. Try to clear it once. So, you know, honestly, it's going to be tough. I don't even think that anyone's going to be able to realistically do that. So it's really hard, really annoying to grind, not fun at all. And it costs a fuck ton of stamina. But that being said, if you want Orochi, try to farm 6, 5, anything below 5 is just not going to be worth it. You're just throwing away your stamina, basically. Anyway, let's get into the actual unit itself. So once you have the things, you can come here. I have 1,100. You see, I need 10,000 to get 1. Then I will need another 50,000 to get the other 5 to fully awaken them to get these stats that we're gonna see. So this is gonna be a many months long, you know, months and months and months of grinding to get this guy max awakened and whatnot. Even just to get him is gonna take, like at my current rate, I would need to kill him, you know, because let's say I got 1,000 and this is week 1. It means it would take 10 weeks, something like that. I'm going to get more because I'm going to be able to, personally, I'll be able to get more, but like this might take 3 months to even acquire him. So this is like, point is, be aware what you're getting into. I think this unit is too hard to obtain. I think they should have the first one available for like 100, right? Like something super fucking cheap, and then make every awakening like 1,000. Maybe even make it so it's a total of 60,000 by the end, you know? Maybe so it is still 60,000. Maybe have 100, and then like each awakening gets more expensive, so it's a total of 60,000 or something. I don't know. Like that's how they did with Ragnar, right? Kind of. It became harder to max awaken him than his point. Let's just get into the actual unit. 926 attack, or HP. Attack would be fucking unbelievable. Like actually broken. But 926 HP, that's pretty good, you know. At level 100, this is kind of what you want to see for a unit that might be in the front line. It's like, it's really good, okay? Like when you get to 1,000, that's when you start getting to incredible. So this isn't like out of this world incredible, but it's very respectable. Definitely a plus on him. And plus he's going to be over 1,000 with equipment, probably. 387 attack. Again, that's pretty good. Not too bad at all, actually. Like almost at 400. Like you're not quite competing with the #1 people in the game, but you're definitely in like the upper echelon of attack. Especially when you start getting things like flail on, suddenly you're going to be hitting like almost 500 attack between, not quite 500, but like 470, 480, 460, something like that. 230 defense, pretty low, but defense isn't that important unless, most of the time it's not that important. When it becomes important, you want units like Stone Golem, where it's like the most important stat on him. It's probably not going to be too important on this guy. 336 agility, surprisingly fast unit, actually. Pretty good. 156 wisdom, who cares? He has a base movement of 3. No, he has a movement of, if we look here, he has a movement of 2, actually. He gets a 3rd movement from his awakening skill. All right, so what does he get from being awoken? Right at level 1, well, actually, he gets from levels, his perks, I suppose. Plus 10 attack, plus 20 HP, whatever. I assume that's already calculated into those numbers up there. Scorch potency plus 2%. Spoiler alert. All right, so for awakening, he's going to get move plus 1, and then he has Sizz and Frizz resistance. I like those resistances. It's good against the Dragon Lord True Form and the Dragon Lord True Form Light, the Halbersaurus. And he's going to get Scorch potency, so a 10% on Scorch. Pretty good. All right. So overall, like not an exciting awakening, but good, right? The extra movement is always nice. I kind of wish it was just in his unit, like he just had 3 movement and then his awakening had a more unique, cool skill, especially for a unit this high up. His leadership ability raises Frizz type breath potency by 10%. Not very good, right? It's like, it's okay with like Dragon Lord, but like, the thing is, you would just have Great Dragon. Great Dragon raises all... Well, I guess this actually does raise Dragon Lord True Form. Great Dragon raises all Dragon Potency breath attacks by 20%, so twice its effect, but it only affects dragons. This will affect anything with Frizz Breath, so maybe if you want Dragon Lord True Form to do more damage, because Great Dragon doesn't help him at all, unfortunately, because he's a boss unit, not a... he's a riddle, not a dragon. This guy is a dragon, though. Let's see here. He's got super weak to poison, not ideal. Being pretty much, half resistance to Breathlock literally doesn't exist in the game, I don't think. But, he's a unit that likes a breath attack, so that's good. Paralysis, resistance, and confusion immunity are very nice, though. It's not going to come up that much, but trust me, there will be times where it's super nice. And then finally just get to really his kit, right? Tailhammer. Deals 130% potency physical damage, occasionally paralyzes. So this might as well say does almost no damage, but you could paralyze. Because if you're trying to kill something, you're never going to use this ability. If you're trying to paralyze something, it's basically you're going for the paralysis and get a little bit of damage on the side. So this is it's pretty good. Paralysis attacks aren't bad at all. There's definitely a situation, a time and a place you're going to want this. Is this going to be the best unit with it? It's hard to say. It might be one of the better paralysis units with potential in the game, because he does have 3 movement, which is nice. But more importantly, he also, you have to get up in their business to do this. Like maybe just the stunning breath is just straight up better on the 1 slime with the knuckle sandwich or whatever. But this guy is pretty tanky, and you could use him for like actually dealing damage later. So the fact that he has this is kind of nice. Like a lot of times first abilities on units are kind of throwaway. And this isn't really a throwaway. This is an ability. You might want to bring him into a fight specifically for this ability sometimes, but it's not the most exciting thing that you're getting this unit for. Rolling attack, this is really good. Rolling attack is not like out of this world unbelievably good, but this is the exact same thing that Killing Machine has and that Boreal Serpent has. Boreal Serpent is obviously going to be quite a bit stronger than this unit with the rolling attack. Not only for the increased movement, not only for the increased flat attack, also has a chance to get increased attack, and he also gets it's pretty nice that the new Halbersaurus gives him a 20% attack buff as well. So overall, this is going to be a weaker, though not the strongest rolling attack, probably closer to Killing Machines, probably a little bit lower than Killing Machine, honestly. But we've seen like rolling attack is very powerful. This unit is very good. If he's going to be up in their face, maybe trying to paralyze them 1 turn, and then you can't paralyze them 2 turns in a row, so then you rolling attack. Maybe they just are a couple of weak units. It's nice to have an AoE that has decent damage, because if you have like 3 units that are below 20% life or something, there's a good chance this is just going to clean house, which is very, very good. And then a very, very interesting ability here. So it's crazy, is this guy is like so much like Green Dragon. I haven't really compared him to that yet, but this guy is almost exactly Green Dragon, but better in every single way. right? Instead of tail spin, you've got rolling attack, just higher potency. Instead of Inferno, which is Green Dragon's big selling point, this guy has Scorch. Scorch is the A rank major frizz breath attack. This is the exact same thing that I believe Hybrid has. Now it's going to be worse than Hybrid's because Hybrid does get 10 levels on this guy, and we know that breath attacks scale off your level, so it's going to be 10 levels weaker. But it is, the thing is, he's a dragon, right? Hybrid is he a fucking, what is he? Is he a beast, or does he actually have like multiple types? I don't know. Let me take a look. I never use Hybrid. Let's just take a look at him really quick. Why do I have this on ascending? Go to descending. It's because I was looking for battle road units. Hybrid, let's just go straight to the bottom. I really like Hybrid, honestly. I just don't use them anymore. Hybrid, you are a nature family. So honestly, like, even though he gets Scorch, and he does get the same exact potencies, right? So they're gonna have the exact same potency modifiers, except this guy has 10 more levels, so it's gonna be more powerful. But a pretty important factor is Hybrid isn't a dragon, right? Dragons have a big emphasis on breath attacks, right? Specifically like Great Dragon, right? Great Dragon is given a modifier with his leadership ability to give all dragons plus 20% breath potency, right? And this combined with Halberd Saurus with like the Dragon Lord True Form Big Breath for Sizz, this guy has Cold Breath, and now we have this other unit with a A rank Frizz Breath. It's like this whole breath team is kind of coming together pretty well here. Like, how good is breath going to be in a while? I hear it's pretty good in Japan right now because they have even more support. Dragons have a big like sub theme, at least, of breath potency, and I think a lot of their weapons even can give breath potency. And there's also like the Frizz Sword, I think, gives Frizz, maybe not Frizz breath potency. I actually don't remember. It's not super important though. But point is, even though it's not technically as good as Hybrid's on the surface, I do think that it has potential to be equally as good and maybe even better. I don't know exactly how much 10 levels gives you in the breath damage department, but I am willing to bet that 20 potency from Great Dragon could make this a more powerful version of Hybrid, at least with the Scorch breath. So overall, what does this unit say to me? It says Green Dragon's big brother, basically. Green Dragon does a lot of what this unit does, just not quite as good. Right? Inferno is a great attack. I have Inferno plus 10 on my Green Dragon, and he's been doing work for a long time. Like, he doesn't do as much shit anymore as he used to. But still, he's a really, like, that's what Green Dragon is so good for, is he has like over 1,000 HP with a weapon on, and he still does a couple hundred damage, right? He could sit there and just take hits while dishing out up to like 1,000 damage, probably over the course of his entire Inferno thing. Now, this guy might have MP issues, right? You're gonna have to level up the Scorch quite a bit because this costs 81. This is very expensive. I think that's even more expensive than Green Dragon's Inferno. I mean, it's gotta be, right? So the MP issues are likely going to be real on this guy. But like, this game is fast, right? If you have 3-4 uses, right? You have, you're probably getting 3 uses out of this, right? Maybe 4 uses at like level 10. I don't know how much the mana is going to go down, honestly, but let's take a look at Green Dragon here, right? So most everyone knows that Green Dragon's a great unit, right? 924, 346 attack. So this guy has like, I think lower agility, lower HP, or at least almost the same HP. I think lower attack by like 40 points. And then he has a Helicopter, which is worse, right? Mine's at plus 10. Plus 10. Why? And it does 165 potency. So at plus 10, this does 5% less potency than rolling attack does right out of the gate. This has Searing Breath, which is a complete throwaway ability as long as you have mana. And Inferno is just worse than Scorch. I mean, obviously it's only 57 mana instead. And Green Dragon might have more mana. So the thing is, the new unit will have mana issues comparatively to Green Dragon, but he's better at everything, right? Just straight up better at everything than Green Dragon is. So I think that's enough to just tell you alone that this unit is incredible, in my opinion. Now, maybe Scorch isn't going to be that good. Maybe I don't have that much experience with it, but honestly, it's like not going to be like meta defining in arena or anything like that. Like, but as a free to play unit in your kit, it might be one of the best. It's going to be the best unit you could have for multiple maps, I think. Like, this is going to be like, God, I don't have that many good frizz users. Like, oh shit, I got this unit. He's got 1,000 HP. He fucking tanks this shit. He does great damage with his Scorch Breath, even only for a few turns. Then he's there just to absorb hits. Like, he's going to do great things. And then when he runs out of mana, he might even be able to paralyze shit for a few turns, right? And he has the rolling spin as backup. Like, it just, the unit has basically everything. There's not really a weak spot in his kit, which is really good. The weak spot in his kit is that it's fucking impossible to get him, right? So is this unit worth it? Man, this is the toughest one ever. Like, technically, it doesn't cost money, but it is a whale of stamina to get this unit. It is ridiculous to get this unit. Like, and you can't even get one of them. You have to get 2 of them at least in order to get the move +1. Right, because move 2 is just shit. Like, I understand Green Dragon has it. Yeah, that's right. This guy even has more movement than Green Dragon. But like, you really need these stats, if for nothing else, the MP. You know, this guy might actually end up using an MP weapon. Who knows? That actually would be kind of interesting instead of HP. We could see. But I'm going to farm this unit because I want him, so I can use him in my content. And just in general, I like having, this is like a goal, right? This is like, I see it, I want it, I can get it over time. I'm not going to get it soon, but it's kind of just like why I went for Halberdsaurus in Arena first, and I'm going to max awaken Halberdsaurus before I get the armor, because I fucking want it. And so for me personally, it's worth it. You have to make the call yourself, honestly. I can't tell you to use 200,000 fucking stamina to get this unit, right? But also keep in mind, if you lose the stage where you're going for the things, where you're going for like the Orochi marks or whatever, you lose the stamina. You don't get a stamina refund. You don't lose your attempt, but if you lose a stage, you lose the stamina. So make sure you're doing a stage you could beat consistently without having to fucking min-max it or get good RNG, because it's tough. Obviously, there's this great weapon here. This weapon's incredible, all right, but it's so fucking, like, this is his weapon, right? Frizz type breath potency, good HP, good attack. It's also going to be good on Dragon Lord True Form. This weapon's going to be crazy, but who the fuck's ever going to get it, you know? It has like a 1% drop chance once you get to level 8, but again, that's just really fucking hard for people right now. But Orochi, I think that's it for the unit review. I'm going to give him personally, like, I'm not going to consider how hard he is to get right now. I'm not going to consider that. A Max Awakened Orochi, I think, is like a straight up 9 out of 10 unit. I think the unit is going to be one of your best A units as a free-to-play player if you have it. I mean, we'll see where the state of who knows, where's the state of the game going to be when this guy comes out. Maybe there's other units that are just more viable than him. In current global, this guy's fantastic. In 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, when people get him, maybe he's not as good. But if you manage to get him sooner, very, very, very good unit. Definitely worth maxing out. But, you know, that's going to be it, guys. He is not a slime, so 0 out of 10. Thank you very much for Platypus. Purplatypus. I'll see you next time. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments below. I really appreciate everything. Peace out, guys. See you next time.